All right.
Please.
So, one of the biggest hits on these boards, year after year, time after time, is his candied bacon. Now, if you've ever been to, what's that restaurant? First Watch?
Hmm.
First Watch and had their $1 million bacon. This is what he makes, but it's like 10 times better. So, oh yeah. And I have a close up on a different camera where you can see he actually sprinkled some Christmas sparkle on there. But okay, I'm going to interrupt this vlog to give you Benjamin Button's quick and easy recipe on how to make this. So, you are going to lightly cook your bacon on 375 until it browns. Make sure you don't overcook it because you're going to pop it back into the oven after you're done with the seasoning. Then he makes his own custom mixture, which you see right here, of brown sugar, finely chopped pecans, light salt, black pepper, and cayenne pepper. Once your bacon is nice and golden brown, you're going to pull it out. You're going to drain the bacon grease, and then you're going to do a toss in this mixture. He's not actually tossing it. He's putting a little bit of the mixture on the bottom as a base, and then he's going to lay the bacon on top, and then he's going to put some more of the mixture on top. Then you'll place your bacon back in the oven at 325 for about 10 minutes or until the brown sugar mixture adheres to the bacon. And this is what it looks like when you pull it out of the oven. And we like to put it where it kind of stands up so people can see it. It's always a hit. Don't forget to let me know during the holiday season if you try it. This bacon is epic. It's even good like when he'll make these incredible Bloody Marys that are like loaded with breakfast, basically. Okay, what's that? That's your mustard?
That's the mustard.
Okay. Let's see if I
And
could spin this around a
the
little bit
cheese just a little bit longer.
so people can start to. So it's starting to come together beautifully, babe.
And what you'll see is that sometimes we're going to have to take some stuff off the board, move it around.
Mm-hmm.
If there's too much bread, we'll adjust it and just make sure that there's space for various things like we haven't really even got too many meats on, but we'll start to get that. So when it comes to going to places, there's a few different places I go to. One is Sprout.
Mm-hmm.
They have a good selection of just places where you can go buy the bag and just grab like dried fruit or
Drink as much as you want.
or nuts or anything like that. So
Sprout, Aldi's.
Aldi's is really the hidden gem for cheeses. You can go
Mm-hmm.
and find some cheeses. You have to try them out, see if you like them. Make sure they're not too bland, or make sure they're sharp and good. But I think that's one of the places where it's a really affordable way to just get a board going. Target also. So Target is a believe it or not, like
Surprised.
for cheese,
Yeah.
like Target's a really good option. They
Really?
have some great selections and they're pretty affordable. I love you.
I love you back. But you are like you're so good. Like everyone, your boards always come out so much more visually appealing than mine do. But I think you have a good understanding of eating with the eyes and making
Yeah.
things kind of flow. And he's a natural at doing these. So what are you shredding now?
So this is the smoked Gouda cheese.
That's one of my favorites.
If you're running low on time, there's nothing wrong with using good old
Shredder.
shredder. Yeah.
But that's one thing that you talk about at Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving every year, my brother and I don't know why, it's really more of a competition in my brother's head than it is in mine because I always win. But we have this macaroni and cheese cook-off. And one year, was that last year actually? Where I forgot to get one of the cheeses and we had some that was just shredded already.
Yeah.
And he made such a great point. He was like, "Don't cheat." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You can't buy shredded cheese for something as delicious as your macaroni and cheese. You have to take that extra step." And you were talking about because something about there's
It's
like
because there's separators in there to make sure that the cheese doesn't stick.
okay.
So it's almost like a a cornstarch or a powder.
Right,
So you
right.
just want to make sure that is another ingredient that you're not expecting. So
Yeah.
when you put that in, you have
Yeah.
to account for it, and a lot of times people don't.
So,
Yep.
so let's talk about adding color to the board. You mentioned it's time to add some color. What are your thoughts behind?
So right now, when you look at the board, you see brown,
Mm-hmm.
you see kind of beige, white, a little bit of purple, but you want to bring in some other colors and start things like olives, green,
Grapes.
green grapes, and just start to introduce other colors. Like white cheese is nice. It's usually my favorite. Different types of cheeses are white, but you also want to bring in cheeses that are, like a yellow or a blend, just so you kind of have some eye appeal there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna let this dry. We don't want to get the bread soggy with anything.
I can work on that a little bit.
All right, so olives, one of your favorites.
Mm.
I know you want them in a bigger one. Okay.
Lots and lots of olives.
Got those. These kids are gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm. I feel like olives always step up the tray game. Like,
oh yeah, when the olives are there, it's they have olive oil on them, so they're kind of just they have this shine to them,
shiny and glistening.
That's where people go to. They're like, okay, we can now start. It's funny. I was looking at pictures of you, the wedding pictures upstairs. I was showing Delaney this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She was looking and she was like, oh, okay. She saw you getting in the limo and
oh, really?
all those pictures and the
I was thinking
kids. And
if there was one thing that I could do over on that day.
You're always thinking that. Yeah.
You know what I'm going to say?
The photographer?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we couldn't afford a photographer when we got married. So one of my friends who, she did a great job, but she wasn't a professional photographer. So she didn't necessarily know how to shoot for our skin color or indoors versus outdoors, that kind of stuff. So we had those, remember the disposable cameras on all the tables for the guests to take pictures. And they actually got some of the best pictures at our wedding. But as far as us and, my gown and the tuxedo and all that stuff, we didn't get like really professional wedding photography. And that's one thing that if we could have moved the budget around, I wouldn't have skimped on that.
You still have the dress, right?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
No.
Let's do it.
That dress can only fit on one thigh now.
Let's do it.
I'm saving that for the girls.
Oh, come on. You'll be fine.
It would have to be taken way out.
You got this.
But maybe that's not a bad idea.
All right.
Maybe we could recreate.
We'll recreate some photos. We'll obviously it's not, that place is no longer there.
It doesn't even exist anymore. I didn't know if you knew that.
I do. Yeah.
They tore it completely down.
Yep.
Wow. Are you being serious right now? Like we could do a photo shoot of.
Yeah. Who would you you have the photographer in mind?
Yes, I have a couple photographers in mind.
So this is a setup. You're preparing me for this. She's like, yeah, I would. Come on. So noted.
This is not a setup. I was just thinking of things to talk about while.
They're basically cheese, but it's almost in the form of a cracker from the Netherlands. Really from Sprout. So you're gonna
See,
put
I like
those.
these because.
Where are you going to find a place for these now? Like that place?
Yep.
Okay.
Might have to let me slide this forward a little bit, the cranberry. Okay, you're in charge.
Well, some of them we're gonna just have kind of like starters and say, okay, let's see if people like
Want
it.
to try this?
If they want to try it, we'll add to it. Um, if not, we will remove it.
Okay, fam. I realized as I was editing this video that my main camera's battery died before we finished the board. So thankfully, I had a cell phone rolling so you could at least see the finished product. It turned out beautifully. I hope you got some great ideas. I'll be back here tomorrow night. We're going to do a live. So that'll be November 11th. It's a Monday night at 8 p.m. I'll be here live on my YouTube channel, and I hope that you can make it. Thank you all so much for spending this time with us today. We hope you got some great ideas for your upcoming holiday events. And we are going to go enjoy our pregame for anniversary. Thank you so much for your help. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Until next time, love and peace.
Um.